Hello and welcome to Friday Night Live. From Fairfax Public Access, I'm your host, Mitchell Parker. With us tonight is Goddess Genise, a very talented chef and producer of her own program, World Reggae Party. Now let's get our stomachs growling as Goddess walks us through a traditional Jamaican cuisine. So why don't you tell me a little about your show?
Well, hello everybody. My name is Goddess Genise, and I have two shows here. One is World Reggae Party with me, Goddess Genise, the radio side, and World Reggae Party Local RE, which is the TV side. So I have both radio and TV shows here.
That's awesome.
Yes, and the mothership, so to speak, the radio one, I've been on the air for 7 years.
Oh, wow. That's a long time.
That's a long time, yes, yes. And I love both shows. I'm very nurturing. They're my daughters.
Right.
And I'm just having fun here and having a really good time. Last night I interviewed Ghana Tobe, which is a Ghanese reggae artist. And he called all the way from Ghana. So
Wow.
it was like nighttime, daytime there and nighttime here when he had called.
That's awesome.
Yes.
What are we going to be cooking tonight?
We're going to be making Trinidad stewed chicken, and we're going to have some red beans and rice and some cabbage, a cabbage mentally.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay, let's get started.
Let's get started.
So what am I doing first? All right, doing that. Taking off the lid.
Yes, we're taking off the lid first. Okay. I have some spices over there that's already in the little white container.
This one right here?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, yes. So you get the chicken that's already been cut.
Perfect.
Right. And you scoop a little bit of...
Should I use the 4th tablespoon? Would that be
Yeah.
right?
A little bit of the spices.
Just in there?
Yes.
Cool.
Onto the chicken.
Just tell me when that's good enough. Around about there?
Yeah,
More?
about
Less?
that.
Okay, perfect.
Then if you're really good with your fingers, you can
Just mash it up.
massage.
Okay, I'm going to go wash my hands real quick.
Okay.
So how'd you get started with your show?
Well, there's a thing called ACE, Adult Continuing Education, that the public schools of Fairfax County sponsored. And they had a little ad, be a radio producer. And I was a radio producer before in high school, as well as when I lived in Baltimore. So I'm like, ooh, I want to do that. So I came in and I met Jay. So I know Jay is almost as long as I've been here.
Oh, wow.
And Marion, and there was 4 people in my class. And there was one that was going to do sports, and I love sports, but I don't want to talk about them.
Okay,
Yeah,
noted.
There was one that was going to do rock and roll, and there was one that was going to do a men's show. I don't know if any of these people are still here. Then there was me, and they're like, well, what do you want to do? And I had a dream a couple days before I was supposed to tell what I was going to do. And it was like, have a reggae show. You know, you'd be probably the first woman having
amazing.
a reggae show, and you know, just do it. So I had to come up with a title, and I was looking at something on TV, and it was like World Classics. So I'm like, okay, world. Then I thought, check, yes. Then I'm going to do reggae, world reggae. So we had to have something to finalize it, and I thought, hey, let's have a party. So World Reggae
Party, it's all there. It lined up so perfectly. All right, how does that look?
That looks good.
All right, so
That
what's
looks
next?
Good. So we let that marinate for a half an hour,
Okay.
which we can't do because this is the magic of TV.
Right,
So
of
we
course.
already have some that's
Ta-da,
already
amazing.
Yes, amazing.
Instant food.
Instant. One that's already marinated. So we'll take that off, and
All right.
we'll bring up the other one.
Awesome. I'll just switch them.
And we'll switch. Yeah.
Cool.
Then we'll take the oil, and
All right.
which one is
Wipe
this?
my hands off a little bit more. Don't want to make a mess of everything.
The left front, I guess. Yeah.
Start that cooking. All right. And how much oil should I be putting in here?
2 tablespoons. I think there's a tablespoon there.
Somewhere. Teaspoon, where are you? Tablespoon.
No? Okay. So let's do the teaspoon 4 times.
Okay. Sounds good. Math.
Yeah.
Gotta love math. I'll do it over here. So how long have you been interested in reggae?
I was interested in reggae since college because I went to ISU. Hey! And,
It's a shout out.
shout out. And they would always have these different concerts on Friday night.
Right.
And one of them was reggae. And they were trying to get a big name. And they were really trying to get Bob. And they couldn't get Bob. But that started the thing about me buying records. Because back then it was records. I won't say the year. But back then it was
Back
records.
then, right.
And like I said, I had all these different records, and I bought all these different CDs because I really wanted to concentrate on multicultural reggae as opposed to the Marleys, even though I do play a lot of the Marleys.
Right, I mean, the Marleys are
yes,
classics, right?
You
can't
have
go
to
wrong with
play the
Marleys.
Marleys, you know. Well, the Holy Trinity,
Yeah.
Peter Tosh, Bob Marley, and Desmond Decker.
Okay.
So that's the Holy Trinity,
Awesome.
and
Now I know.
all of them are all of them are gone. So
That's unfortunate.
and you know, and that's the people that people ask for when they're thinking about reggae. Bob definitely, but Peter Tosh and Desmond Decker, and the 4th one, who is still alive actually, is Junior Marvin, who actually lives in D.C.
Oh, wow, that's
And
right here.
Yes, right here. And he's been on the show twice. I haven't got him in front of the TV camera yet,
Okay.
but he talks about, you know, traveling with Bob, and he does the singing for the Wailers, the 2019.
Right, yeah. I know the Wailers.
Yes, 2019 Wailers as opposed to the 1964, 74, 84 Wailers. So
Awesome.
yeah, he's really, really cool.
So what else should we be doing now that we've gotten this oil in here?
Okay, is it
And that's-
popping at all? Oh, popping as in, you know, popping.
Not
So,
quite.
not quite.
So
Okay,
we're just-
I don't want to burn anything because burn oil smells
all right.
really bad.
Yeah, let's not burn it. Let's
Yes.
not burn it then. What are
So-
the next steps? What should we be getting ready for?
Cutting up the cilantro.
The cilantro, right? Okay.
Yes,
And you're
those
gonna have to
greens
guide me
there.
through this cut. I want to make sure I
Okay.
have good form.
Okay.
Let me move this for here. Just reorganizing things quickly. All right. It's the downward motions. Right?
Downward motion, yes.
So how did you first come into contact with Fairfax Public Access?
Well, the ACE program.
Oh, the ACE program.
Yes.
That's
So, and my first year, I took, I guess, like 10 or 11 classes. It felt like I was here all the time. And I think I was here all the time because I was doing a lot of volunteering and, you know, pitching my show.
Right. For
and
those who don't know, can you just say what the ACE program is, what it entails?
The ACE, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's a program, oh, you put that
Oh.
in the
of course.
stove.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I got distracted.
Yes. See, it's popping.
There it's popping. Okay.
Okay. So let me turn it down. I hope I'm turning it down. Can't quite tell. Okay. And you put the brown sugar in,
All right.
which is in one of those little blue containers
Brown sugar. Blue container.
near the parsley.
Oh, right. It's the sugar that's brown.
Yes.
All right. How much should I just all of it in?
All of it.
Okay.
So it's already been measured out.
Perfect. All right. There we go.
So you take a spoon
Right.
and you stir it up.
All right. Cool. So how do people get involved in the ACE program, I guess,
Well,
if they wanted to?
they'll send you out a brochure, or you can pick one up pretty much anywhere.
Okay.
And Fairfax Public Access has their own section and you just go if you want to take a class here, like radio production for us.
Right.
You go and you pay the money, which was, I don't know how much it was or how much it is now.
Right.
But it was pretty cheap when I,
That's good.
when I first started. So
affordable is
yes.
always better.
Yes.
Oh, this is looking good. It's smelling good.
Okay.
Sugar always smells good, I guess.
Yes.
It's my sweet tooth talking.
Oh. Okay.
All right. What
Okay.
what now?
Is it like a syrup?
Not quite. So
Okay.
I guess just get the
So
oil
yeah.
a little bit more involved
Yes,
there.
get a little bit more involved there.
Right. Awesome.
So you might want to add a little bit more oil.
Okay, will do. So what's the pre-production process for your show like? Like, how do you get ready for an episode? Like you said, you had a person from Ghana. How did you get in contact with them?
Well,
How do you organize
I
that?
found him on Facebook, and I friended him.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at my page, and he's like, "Oh, you have a show?" I was like, "Well, yeah, I have a show." So then I'm like, I listened to some of his songs because, people on Facebook, they send you stuff all the time.
Right.
And some of it is good, and some of it
It's not so good.
is not
yeah,
so
I know
good.
that.
And you don't want to be the person to say, you don't really know how to sing, because people tend not to like that.
Right,
So,
yeah. That makes sense.
especially if they're coming to see you, you don't want to burn that bridge
Right.
at the beginning. So, so I listened to his music, and I was like, we could do a Skype interview, and he wanted to do something on WhatsApp app, and I wasn't really sure. How is that?
How's that looking?
That looks good.
Okay. Awesome.
All right, so you take the chicken,
Okay. Chicken.
and you could just put
Taken.
all that chicken in there.
All right. Oh, that's a good sound.
Yes.
It's awesome.
And the other chicken,
This chicken, the
Yeah.
one we just did,
Yeah.
put this in here too?
put that in there too. And the chicken broth,
All right, and how much of this should we be putting
just
in?
use all of it.
All of it? All
It's
right.
usually a cup and a half.
Okay. Good thing we have everything measured out.
Yes.
Makes it so much easier.
And you stir that around.
Stirring it around is my specialty.
Yes. And make sure that all the sugar is on the chicken,
Okay, so
because
get
that's
it really.
going to crystallize.
Oh yeah, it's already doing that.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
I got a little splash there. Sorry.
That's all right.
Stay clear of me. I'm dangerous. So, what are your future plans for your show?
Well, I want to pitch it to somebody that can pay me.
That makes sense. Money's great.
I'm really interested in Sirius Radio,
Okay.
because they don't have any female reggae board operators or DJs, depending on who you're working for. So I like to be the first one, or one of the first 5, because I did hear that they did have somebody. But
What's the process for that? How do you submit to them? How does that work?
try to get a job there. Or find somebody that you know, and I do know a couple people there.
So building contacts, all
yeah,
that stuff.
Yes, and it's like
classic.
I have a show to pitch, and I have a couple different CDs and
You just show them the
MP3s
episodes so they can
and
see what it looks
episodes.
like.
You can see me online on YouTube with a couple of my local interviews. Lenny Carew, which is out of Jamaica. Carl Malcolm, Mr. Malcolm, 75 years old. And he's been doing it since the 60s. He's from the same town that Bob Marley is from. And we become really good friends. And so he's been on the show a couple times, the radio as well as the TV side. And Welda and the Uprising, which is a young guy. I think he's like 30, 32 or something like that. And he's been on the show several times, radio as well as TV. So I'm trying to pitch those things to them because I already have the videotape,
Right.
so to speak.
That's awesome.
So,
Looks like we're getting yelled at by our producer. I think your hair's touching your mic a little bit. So just move it. It's fine.
Okay.
Actually, you can just swing it over to the other side.
Okay, here we
Even
go.
better.
There we go.
We want to hear all the important
Yes.
things you're saying. So
So
what's next?
we put the lid on.
All right. And we're just going to let it cook like that?
We're going to let it cook for 5 minutes.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, then we'll start doing the more interesting ingredients.
I like
in
interesting
there.
things.
Yes, yes. We have some ketchup and sriracha already mixed together.
Oh, perfect. I like that.
And the ketchup to help make it darker, and the sriracha to add heat.
Okay.
Because
I love
most
spicy.
Caribbean food
yeah, has a little bit of
has
heat.
some heat to it.
There's more than some heat to it.
So I made it kind of mild, so I don't want anybody who's like, God, that was so hot. But if you would go to a normal Jamaican house, food would be very hot as well as temperature, but hot is put it in your mouth and
Right.
the
It's
sriracha,
spicy, eyes watering,
and,
clearing out your sinuses. I know it.
Yes, it's like, boom. So, and I bought extra sriracha to make it hotter.
Okay, so should we do that or just
Well,
leave it
has
as
it been
is?
5 minutes yet?
It hasn't, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry.
So, but we put in the ketchup and the sriracha
Yep.
and the garlic.
Garlic's right here.
Yes. Put in
So
the
mix
garlic.
that into here.
You can mix that in
Okay, awesome.
because it's all going to go in
Just gonna
into
use
the
this
pot
over
anyway.
here to get this in there. Awesome.
And I'm starting to smell both of these.
Yeah, me
so
too. And the garlic. Oh, the smell of garlic
Yes.
is so good. I love garlic. And just mix it together.
Mix it together.
Sorry if I use this tablespoon, I guess. Don't know what else I'd. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, look there. We even more tools.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So it's mixed together. Now what?
Okay. After the 5 minutes has hit, you open up the lid
All right.
and you put that mixture in there.
Okay.
And at this time, if you're not allergic to onions, you would put your onions in it. Or the other holy trinity, which is onions, green pepper, and celery, all chopped up. But I'm allergic to onions, so
Oh, that's unfortunate.
yeah, so we can't put any onion in that.
That's all right.
Yeah, then you put
I'm sure it's still going to be delicious.
something called Gravy Master.
Gravy Master.
Yeah, here we go.
That's
Show that to
awesome.
everybody.
Yeah, look at it.
Gravy
Master.
Master.
Well, where can you get this? Just
I
anywhere,
got
any
this
sort of store? Specialty item or?
Harris Teeter.
Okay. Okay, awesome.
Okay.
So that's a pretty common.
Yeah,
And how much of this are we going to be putting in there?
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons. So 8
Yes.
teaspoons. Awesome. So have you enjoyed your time here at Fairfax Public Access?
Yes.
What has been the best part about it so far?
Oh, well, 2. When I actually got Sharon Marley to get on the phone and I actually talked to her and I got to see her and she's beautiful and, I'm such a fangirl. But she's beautiful and she's very sweet and she used to sing with Ziggy and Damien and she used to have a singing career of her own. But now that she's married and has kids, in fact, the time I talked to her, that's enough.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry, I was
Okay.
I was getting a little overzealous. I was listening to you and I couldn't, I can't think about anything else. I'm not a very smart guy. All right, and mix it around?
Yeah, mix it around some more.
Okay, that's awesome. What's been the most challenging part for you?
Cooking shows.
I've noted, I totally relate to that. Just I can't even measure things out, so I understand. Oh, this is
Because
smelling so good.
You have to talk to your guests.
Yeah.
Because I'm usually where you are, and the guest is usually where I am. But
Yeah, it's hard.
And they're cooking and they're talking, and you have to keep it upbeat, but you can't have anything burn. That's why I
Yeah.
keep my eye on both of them. And
Juggling the things, yeah.
trying to get everything blended and.
So what other kind of episodes do you do? You say you interview Do you do cooking shows? Is that their main?
This is my 5th cooking show.
Okay,
So,
awesome.
Yeah, my first one that I'm directing traffic, but my 5th one.
The captain's chair, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Well, this is looking so good.
So you add some black pepper, just like
a couple splashes of it.
Yep.
Make sure I don't do too much of this too. I get a little overzealous on my spices.
Okay.
Is that good? More?
One more.
Less? There we go. Unfortunately, it's time for a break, but don't go too far. When we come back, we're going to eat this delicious food and continue having a great conversation.
I just can't stand all these commercials.
Oh yeah, I don't like that either. That's why I only listen to Radio Fairfax on the TuneIn Radio app.
Radio Fairfax? What's that?
It's local people creating their own shows, so they've got a mix of everything.
How is that even possible?
It's easy. I've got my own show. All I had to do was become a member over at Fairfax Public Access, take the radio production class, and you learn how to operate the equipment, how to play music, or make a talk show.
Where is Fairfax Public Access?
It's right over there, behind Mosaic District. I was gonna go there and do my show after our run. You wanna go and be on it with me?
Sure.
To find out more information about these and other classes, visit fcac.org or call 571-749-1102. And remember to always watch, listen, and learn.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. I hope you had a great break. So, Goddess Genise, are there any tips you have to any new producers who are looking to start their own show?
yes, be on time, be aggressive, especially if you're a woman, a lady. Definitely be aggressive, and come up with an original idea. Don't be a copy of somebody. Be somebody different. So
Awesome, thank you. And is there any way that the audience would be able to get in touch with you or watch your show, if they're interested, especially after watching you make this delicious meal?
well, I'm on YouTube. I have my own Goddess Genise channel on YouTube.
Awesome.
And there should be at least 13 videos.
Okay, awesome.
On there. I'm always here on Thursdays between 7 and 8 doing the radio show. And I also have a Goddess Genise page on Facebook.
So you're everywhere.
Yes. Yes.
All right. And with that, we're out of time. If you'd like to get involved in Friday Night Live, either to showcase your own talents or be a part of our crew, please feel free to reach out to us here at Fairfax Public Access. See you next time. Again, I'm Mitchell Parker, and you've been watching Friday Night Live. Now, let's dig in.
That's 8.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.